Good morning, everybody. It's February 10th, and here's the plan of attack. So we finally got the pullback in the market, I say overnight, which is good news if you ask me. I was looking for a pullback to go long, but let's talk about a few things here. So you can see how we stalled here at this 3-month point of control, right? We came up to it, stalled, and now we're starting to roll over. And some other things worth noting from a larger term perspective, if you look at the volume profile since the bear market, is we're ramming right up into the next largest node from the one below us. So I think this is the spot for a pullback, if you ask me. So we are finally getting the pullback. Now, as far as what is happening, as far as a day trade goes, like how am I looking to do a 0 DTE trade today? So we're at the daily 21 EMA and daily 20 SMA. So there's two there. And you see it's obviously a level that's been respected quite a few times. It hit right there, just going across, hit right there, and then in this zone as well. All right, so you can tell we're on a level of support and what we would call a healthy pullback. Waiting until after 10 a.m. Central will be the way to really judge how to go. So before I go into any further, we have to decide if the consumer sentiment is going to push the market past the 21 EMA, or is that going to cause the rally past the daily 21 EMA? That's the question there. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit further. So that big picture, all that being said, is we're sitting right on top of support. All right, big picture. This is my weekly volume profile picture. And the main thing I have this here is I have this orange right here. This is my weekly volume profile from last week. See, we're coming right down near point of control. There's a point of control from last week right there. And we kind of oscillate here. This is right before the breakout from FOMC. Go across to see how we held it and we broke below. So all this being said is you have to acknowledge is that we're coming down into an area where volume has been increased, which is also where the daily 21 EMA is. So we're in an area where potentially things may bounce. I think today's going to be a little bit more of a tricky day, but I have a plan for it. So the reason I'm showing you this is to acknowledge we're down at an area where volume profile was respected. And so, you have this node here, and then here's the point of control. So we're sandwiched actually right in between them in the middle. All right, so if we're down into support, let's go ahead and pull up the quick hits. All right, so from a big picture daily perspective, we're obviously down almost 1%. Like we hit here, we flushed, and now we're literally, if you look right here, right on top of the daily 21 EMA. We're below a fire line, and you can see how the daily 5 EMA is right there as well. So that's pretty interesting and worth noting, because we may, depending on how the market perceives the news, the consumer sentiment, how they wish to digest it, this may hold and we'll push up, or it's not going to hold and we're going to push down the skyline. So we'll see. But as far as today, I think being picky on your entries is going to pay, but this is how I would like to play it and what I would like to see. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to extend this a little bit. Bam. All right. So how would I like to see? We're on a level of support and volume, and we're extended past the hourly third ATR. And we're obviously down. So the question is, do you want to play it bullishly or bearishly? Like they could literally go either way at this moment. I like the idea because bigger picture, I am leaning that this is a buy the dip moment. And the reason bigger picture I like it is because we're above the bear market point of control. We had this large trend line going down, and we're at an area that potentially where stuff may bounce. It doesn't mean we can't break through it. Who knows? Maybe we won't test the 50 before going back up. But nonetheless, there's an area potentially that it is going to bounce. So here is my plan. 10 o'clock rolls by. We'll see what happens. I'm sure we'll revert up to the 30-minute 21 EMA and also the VWAP, which is at, we'll call it 40.80 right now. If sell signals come in there, then I would look to do a call credit spread to the downside just a simple area and worth acknowledging that maybe area worth where things may go lower. I mean, that's the pivot point, right? But you are going to have to watch that you're pivoting into the daily 21 EMA if this is where it does pivot, right? So we are on a level of support, so you will have to watch that and kind of maybe monitor it a little bit more if you're doing the 0DT stuff. Now, but what if price does want to bounce here? Like the market doesn't care about the news, they think it's great. Well, since it is kind of counter trend, since we're down for the day, right? Down for the day, I think if it is going to indeed turn, it's going to oscillate here. It's going to pop up above 40.80. It might even come up to about this zone right here, pull back, and then this will swoop up, and then that's where you'll buy the dip back up, and then be mindful that you're coming up into other resistance. It's going to be a very manageable day because it's right in a sandwich type area, but that's kind of how I am looking to play. There's no real easy way to say it. We're on support. We're also against resistance. So it's like, well, which way is it going to go? We don't know. That's why you're going to have to manage your risk and just play the position, really. Because we are extended. I do like the idea to the upside from here, but you can't deny that the trend is lower as well. So if we do, actually, let me just do a quick recap because I'm sure that was in such a confusing way. All right, if I'm playing bullishly and this 21 EMA is going to hold while we're in this, I want to just put this volume profile and point of control area. If this area does hold, I like a push up, pull back, boom. That is my bullish play. Now what about bearish play? Bearish play, this holds, it rallies, and I may even be okay with letting it rally a little bit higher, closer to about 4,100. So we'll say the moving average is right here, boom, bam, take it lower. But that's the main way I'm looking to take it. It's on a larger level of support, but at the same time trend is lower. So have to be dicey, and you also don't have to take a trade today. Remember that. If it is the setup's not clear, you're really unsure, nothing's wrong with sitting it out. But though I will say, if this is perceived as great news and the market holds, the 21 EMA holds, and we do push higher, be a great day to look for swing trades to the upside, in my opinion. So that's pretty much it. But I hope everyone has an awesome day. Be careful out there with the trades, manage your risk, and have an awesome weekend, everybody. See you on Monday. Take care.